Good morning, YouTube. Well, I'm going to a convention in Battersea. It's a new one. Hope we're not queuing up for hours. So, going to this, I forgot what it's called, UK Gaming Convention. There's loads of stuff there, and it's the first one at the new Battersea. You know, the big indoor shopping centre and this big development. Well, they've got a new convention centre there, so they're starting this convention today. So I got the tickets other day, meeting two friends there, and it should be interesting. And I'm wearing a Space 1999 outfit, as you can see. That's the jacket, that's the top there. I did make a video on it, but I didn't wear the flares. Got jeans on, so there you go. For a while the flares probably end up flying off. So I will see you when I get there. But I'm definitely going to need some breakfast before I start walking around there all day. So I got the tube to Battersea. It was quite easy to get to Battersea. I've not been there in years, since the new development were built. And yeah, I was quite surprised. I thought it'd be complicated getting there, but it wasn't. So I arrived at Battersea, quite a nice station. Trust me, it's changed from many years ago when I was last there. Was looking forward to seeing the power station conversion, because for years you see it on the train, it was always abandoned. And I have to say, when I got there, I was totally impressed with what they've done with the area. I mean, it wasn't like this years ago, trust me, you know, but look what they've done. But nobody can afford to live there. I mean, the apartments there, I mean, the people live on top of the power station now. I mean, it must be crazy. But starting price for, I think, for a studio apartment was 650 grand. So I don't think I'll be moving to Battersea anytime soon. So had a wander around, met friends, and it was sort of quite interesting, really. Like, when I was sort of wandering around. So we went, so I thought, let's take a look at this new shopping centre. You know, I've seen it on like review videos of other YouTubers, and I have to say, the first shops you saw when you walked into this place, trust me, there's no pound shop in here. You know, first shop saw Rolex, Omega, Tag Heuer. That was when you just walked through the door. So I thought, well, yeah, I thought this is a bit out of my budget in here, but did take a look around, and I have to say it was very expensive in there. But it's a fascinating place, and I do recommend it for a day out. I mean, lots of places to wander around, you know. Now, we thought the convention was actually going to be in the shopping centre. Thought it wasn't. It was in the park, which was a 10-minute walk away. And my phone were going mad because the park had not updated its maps, you know. So we left the shopping centre and sort of wandered along, had a look, and it is impressive. I have to say I was quite blown away, but I don't think I'll be going back there. It's just another shopping centre, you know. Well, we finally arrived at the convention, got lost on the way out, but it's in the middle of the park, so it should be interesting. So I'll give you a look round. So after a load of walking about, I got right annoyed about it, my phone was just going chaotic, we finally got to the convention. And we did find, there were a moment where there were posters on the gate and we never saw them, telling us where it was. But we got there and this was the first one. Now, it wasn't bad. Now, I was expecting massive queues to get into this place. And there were just no queues at all. There were just no queues. We just walked in. I mean, there were constant bag searches. Every time you went out and went in, you had to have your bag searched. So we got in there, had a bit of a wander around, sort of like got the feel of the place. Now, I have to say the venue itself is quite impressive. But it were dead. I mean, you know, the whole thing, there were hardly anybody there. I mean, this is in the heart of central London. And this convention, I mean, it's in the. I mean, there was just something missing at this place. I don't know what it was. My friend said this. There were no convention energy there. It was a bit tiring. So went in there, wandered round, and it was a nice mixture of stuff. I mean, I think there's a lot of jewellery in there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I suppose I'm old school. I'm used to comicon and all this. But I'm not into, like, you know, when you're surrounded by hordes of people. I can't do with that. That's one thing I cannot do with. Now, there were a stage when I was walking around. I mean, you had the Joker Squad there. There were a cosplaying group from Bournemouth. I think this event was organised by a group there. Standard. I mean, there was nothing different about this convention. You know, I always find that when you go to these, like, independent conventions, they have an identity. This was weird. This is one of the strangest conventions I've ever been to. For a bank holiday, this place should have been packed. I mean, there was a moment where they had a presenter on the stage for a cosplaying competition. Nobody was about. And I sat there watching and I thought, well, where is everybody? So, you know, I'd look at the Ghostbusters car, seen it numerous times. The Gotham police car outside, seen that new. Look, I'm not knocking it. You get this stuff at the big conventions, you know, and this was like, it was sort of like trying to be a Comic-Con, but it wasn't a Comic-Con. And it had a feel of, it reminded me a bit of WinterCon in Eastbourne. It had that sort of feel with a bit of comic and film. You know, that's where I felt I'd been yesterday. You couldn't get any physical media in here. There were no physical media. I mean, I was there, 3 hours? I didn't think it was worth the 20 quid you paid. I mean, we had the Stormtroopers, they looked amazing as usual, but I suppose when you've been to as many conventions as me, it becomes, I don't know, you're looking for something a bit different, you know. I mean, it was, you know, I had a really good day out. Now, there were some good stalls there. There was, actually, I did buy, I mean, I bought 2 t-shirts. I got this Doctor Who t-shirt, and I got the Alien Nostromo t-shirt. There were a guy selling 2 t-shirts for a certain price, which I thought, I'll grab 2 t-shirts. Now, when I was wondering about, they had this amazing, like, stall that sold swords and stuff. And because I got the Thundercat sword, I thought, oh, I might get some from there. And they were reasonably priced, actually. I've seen them before at other conventions. I think it's the same people that go to WinterCon, actually. So I looked, and they had the, you know, the cult from Supernatural. And that one cheap. And I said, well, is it metal? And he said, no, it's resin, but you get 10 bullets with it and a wood box. I thought, well, I'm not paying what you're asking. Then he had a metal version of the Colt, which was alright, had a stand, but it was a bit cheaper, but it were metal, and I thought, well, I'd rather have the metal gun with the box than the bullets, not the resin gun that doesn't do anything. So I didn't bother with that, and I sort of dropped out of Supernatural at season 11, and I thought, after God's Sister, me and that were finished, because there was nowhere else really for it to go. So like, I'm sat there, I sat down, this presenter came on the stage, and there was nobody about. And he was saying, look, can people, you know, it doesn't matter how you dress, just come and register, we're going to have a cosplay competition and stuff. Now I had my Space 1999 jacket on and jumper, and I wasn't going to wear the flares. So, and I did take the laser gun with me. And I sat there, I don't think anybody reckoned. I probably thought I was some kind of pizza delivery guy or something, you know, in jacket. So like, I sat there and I thought, well, nobody's applying. So I wandered off. And I thought, well, I've been here like an hour and 15 minutes. And I am starting to not get bored, but I'm thinking there's got to be something going on. Now, there were some amazing props here, like the Johnny 5 robot. And I saw this thing running about round the convention. Now, everything was sort of right. They had the right, like the stormtroopers were there. Some of the props were amazing, like the cars and the Johnny 5 robot. There were a guy who dressed as Bumblebee. How he wore that all day. My respect to the guy. And you know, but there was just no public there. There were no people. Now, a lot of people probably complain, I couldn't do with it being squashed in by like thousands of people. I get that. But I was expecting a bit more. I don't know. The event was okay. I have to say, I don't think it was worth the 20 quid. It should have been a 10 for that. And it was constant bag searches when you went in and out. I suppose they have to do that now. But the security staff were really nice people. I mean, everybody, it was a nice event. I mean, I left there yesterday and thought, I've had, it's not been a bad day, but I don't know, I didn't come back from this convention with any sort of like memories. Normally when I've been to a con, I come back with loads of amazing photographs what you took with people, and you know that energy. The thing that was wrong with this place, the energy wasn't there. Now, I did buy the He-Man sword, the power sword. It's metal, and you got a scabbard with it, so I've got that. So that's all I bought. I bought He-Man sword. Now, they wouldn't give me that until I left, because you weren't allowed to walk around with it. You were in a box and all that, but I suppose they have to do that. But some of the stuff in here was so overpriced, because like, I do know my stuff about memorabilia and what it's worth, and I looked at some of these figures and I'm thinking, one of them were 200 quid, and I'm thinking, well, I could get that on eBay for 70 quid. This guy was impressive. I was thinking about buying some off him, but I wanted it built. He's created a business, these sort of Lego bricks, and he's built Star Wars guns and all that. And I have to say, he's done it himself. Good luck to the guy. I hope he manages to get it off the ground. But But he said, "Oh, I'll give you bags. You have to build it yourself with instructor." And I thought, "Oh, bollocks to that. I can't be bothered." So I moved on. My friends were about somewhere, and there were some fantastic sets here. Like there were a set from the Wednesday TV series. There were sets from that and other stuff. Sons of Anarchy had a beautiful bike there. All in all, everything was sort of right to a point. But there was, again, I'm going to repeat that, there was just no energy at this convention. But I will say in its defence, it is the first one, and I heard yesterday, Saturday, it was a bit busier. So I'm going to put that. If they have another one, I'm definitely going to go again, because maybe this thing will start growing over the next couple of years. But it was in the right location, and really there should have been a lot more people. That I was surprised. So that's it really, guys. That's at the Comic Gaming Festival. It was interesting. Give it a 7 out of 10. And I will see you on the next video. So have a good bank holiday and see you soon. Live long and prosper.